I'll work on this. Do any of the rest of you have any issues?
I had the same issue. I think we should just work on the quiz and see if we have any issues there.
Okay.
And we can touch base again if we are still working.
All right. Still, let me go back out of here. Log in. All right, so let's go.
Does everyone have the quiz open?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm getting mine. Oh my gosh, where did you guys go? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, does everyone have the normal probability applet up and ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The total area under a normal distribution curve must equal
That one.
1. That part I get. Okay. Under certain circumstances, a normal distribution curve can drop below the x-axis. True or false?
False.
False, because it has to. No, Adam, so the x-axis, that's the line where all the little dashes are, right?
Yes.
Measurable. That's what they meant. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I guess that just seems illogical. Like, why would you have a? I was like, why would it go below then? I don't understand how it could go below. I guess it's not good. Never mind. Okay. Number 5. A normal distribution curve is symmetric.
Yes.
True.
Okay. Information. Use the following image to answer the next 2 questions. Okay. Which of the following elements of the figure represents the z-score? C, right?
Yeah.
Which of the following elements of the figure represent the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1.0?
B. That is B, I think.
I'm going to say A. Oh, that it will be bigger than 1?
I'd say B.
B would be the, but why isn't B highlighted then?
It's just to show differentiation.
Okay. I vote B. What do you guys think?
B.
B. All right.
It would be the for question 8, according to the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, what percentage of the data will form a bell-shaped distribution? It would be 68, right? Within 1 standard deviation.
Yeah. The first little chunk, the 68. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
I think 68.
68.
Okay. Number 9. Suppose the z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the normal probability applet to answer this question. What proportions of the z-zones will be between -1 and 1? Okay. What proportions? I have to go back and look at it.
Between -1 and 1. So
that would.
Oh, right.
Are we talking about the 68% rules then? Because it's in that chunk.
Would we put where on the figure it says that area? Would we put that in our normal probability applet? or no?
I know this is in the notes. Hold on.
Yeah, so this is supposed to emphasize how the rule is like a good approximation, but it's not exact. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the normal applet. And in this case, it asks for between -1 and 1. So you're just going to highlight the middle, and then you're going to go to your z-scores and just enter 1 just to make sure. And then you're going to look at the area above. For the
Oh,
answer.
okay.
0.683.
Perfect.
Wait, hold on. So what did you guys say it was?
0.683.
Okay, 0.68, like, so it would be 0.6827,
Yeah.
and then you rounded it to the 3.
Decimal places.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, number 10. Suppose that the z-score comes from a standard normal distribution. Use a normal app or whatever to answer this question. What proportions of the z-scores will be -2 and 2?
Okay, so we
So
just
same thing, right?
Yeah. So
do
-2.
I got 0.317.
I got 0.955.
I got 2.
I got 0.9545.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what proportion of these scores
Yeah.
will be -2 and 2?
That's the second block anyway, so it should be about 95%.
Oh.
Yep,
I
that's
got
right.
0.9545.
Yeah, that's what I got. 0.945.
So round it up to 0.956 or 955.
955, yeah. And then the same one for number 11. 3. Wow.
Well, I hope that it's greater than 99.7.
99.7. So this is 0.997.
Yeah.
Okay.
The values match.
Look carefully at the answers to the last 3 questions. What do you say? That values match or something?
Yeah.
Okay, the information, the following questions. What proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less than 0.60 grams of protein? Give your answers as decimals accurate, 3 decimal points. Okay, hold on, I guess I better read the little box up here.
I got the same answer.
Okay, so
So what is D -1? What is that?
That's just a thing for protein. You really don't have to pay attention to the whole P or kilograms, -1, D, -1. You don't have to pay attention to that.
Okay. We're just looking at the 0.65 grams.
You're just trying to find.
We're just looking at the deviation.
Oh,
So
we have
then got the Z,
nation.
and then we have the X. So it would be 0.65 minus 0.07. Oh, wait.
I mean, I think it would be, are we looking for the Z-score?
You're looking for the proportion which you need the z-score to get.
Okay, so it would be X minus 0.65 all over 0.07. And then we solve for x.
No, it gives you X.
Oh, okay. So
But
it would-
okay, so the mean is 0.65, right? 'Cause
Yes.
so that's gonna go where the funny little U symbol is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And below the 0.07 is where the funny little O symbol goes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so where does the X go?
So here's a little,
So the
Yeah, so-
0.6?
yeah, the little trick is X, and it's basically 10 times out of 10. X will always be given in the actual question itself, whereas mu will always be given in the information concerning the question.
Okay.
Okay, so 0.6 and that's 0.6 divided by 0.07. So what proportion?
So now we need to plug that into the little,
I got, what did you guys get?
hold on, I just
got
written it out so I can see it.
0.238. You like
What z-score did you get?
The z-score I got was negative 0.714.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now you have to take that to the applet
Okay, that's what I thought.
and then highlight accordingly depending on the question.
Okay,
The z-score would be negative.
less than that number, less than. And it's a negative, so it'll be on the left side.
4. And so the probability would be 0.525.
You're highlighting the center. You have to highlight the left.
So I have 0.23 round up 8.
Yes.
Okay, wait. I got a little lost. How did you start that?
0.
How did I start it? Okay. Oops, let me move my calculator off of here.
I have 0.65 divided by 0.07.
Okay, so here's mine. I went like this. I have there's what they asked the question. There's our mean.
Can you bring it a
I
little
got it.
closer? It's hard
Yeah, I
to
can't see that.
I don't know. Does that help? It's
Um,
backwards now.
yeah.
It's mirrored.
That works. I see
Okay.
it. Do you see
Okay.
it, Lauren?
So
So
0.60
0.60
minus
minus 0.65, which gave me 0.05. And I divided it by,
so like you were saying x is in the equation, that would be 0.60.
yeah.
Okay.
So if we have that funny little z equals x minus the funny u over the funny o thing. So that, going back to that thing.
Yeah.
And then once I divided that out, I went and put it into, I plugged it in there. And then I had a bunch of highlighted, so I just clicked them out because I want less than.
I'll be right back.
I want to highlight less than. Okay. Does that
So you
make
got
sense?
negative 0.714.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my percentage was up there. Does that make sense? Not that I could explain it, but I get the steps of it. How hard are the tests going to be? Like, is it going to go in levels like how is it going to go in levels like how we've been taught in lessons, or will it be all intermixed?
It'll be intermixed, but the question structure itself is very much like the quizzes you guys will have experienced and will experience.
Okay.
So is the area 0.1587?
No. So
I thought you
area,
clicked on the left.
so click your other blue pieces off. You should
Yeah.
have only that little,
That's what I have.
and you have 0.714 down here. Well, negative 0.714.
That's what I need to change. So it's 0.2376.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you round it up.
So I rounded it up to my answer being 0.238.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Okay. So what proportion of the population given that same grams requirement is more? So we could just go straight back without doing more math, right? And just click over here and click off
Yep.
and just do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then get 76.
2 point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
76 too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
0.7.
which is that complementary or whatever it is. Okay. Will we get these tools to use for the test?
Yeah, you'll get the quantitative descriptive statistics sheet, the normal applet, and I'm not sure if you guys know this yet, but you get a 1 page of notes.
No. Fabulous.
Yeah, so you get to write whatever notes you want, whatever you want to remember, and you can use that also.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so now we're going to plug in 70 grams and do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
We want to know what's less. So now we have,
It would be 0.05 over 0.07.
it's the same number, isn't it?
Hold on.
That's less than that. Maybe I better math it out instead of doing it in my head.
It's positive this time because we're,
But you've got the same number, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's still going to be 0.238.
No, it's less than.
Okay, wait. I guess I better go put it in.
So your z-scores, they're the same numbers, but they're different integers. So one's a negative, one's a positive.
Gotcha. Okay.
So in this case, you're going to the positive z-score, so the second red line, and then you're highlighting the middle column and the far left column.
Okay, so like that, something should look like that.
A point.
So your z-score looks a little off.
And so
Yeah.
my
It's
percentage,
762 again.
it's
Okay.
5941.
No, your z-score looks off.
Yeah.
Your z-score should remain at 0.714.
Oh, I changed it to the first one. That's why. Okay, so if I add that, so now it's 76.24.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, right?
Yes. Do you guys know why it's the same thing?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Why is it the same?
It's because the first X value that you're using was 5 below the mean. This time it's 5 above the mean. So your z-score doesn't change because it's the same distance from the mean.
Oh, that makes sense.
The only thing that changes is, well, are you looking for greater than or less than? That's the only thing that changes. But it's going to be the same z-score, so that's why it's very similar.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Um,
Okay, so now we have to find the probability of a selected person will have a protein requirement between 60 and 70 grams. So we already figured this out, right? So now we're going to plug in their two numbers. We're subtracting the big number from the little number. Is that right? So we're going to take the 762 minus the 238. So the difference would be 0.524. And then plug that into those these.
So real quick, and this was bolded at the top of the quiz. You never want to round intermediate calculations. So in this case, your intermediate calculation would be the 0.762 and the 0.238,
Right.
because it will throw you off by a decimal.
Okay.
Okay, so if I did 0.762 minus, so if I did the big number
Yes.
minus the small number,
Yes.
0.524 or 564, what is that? It's a 2. Sorry.
Yes, but do you remember that you had to round for the 762 and the 238?
So you're saying go back and get all four numbers?
You get all four numbers.
Okay.
Now here's a trick that makes you kind of negate that. And this only applies because the z-scores were the same. If the z-scores are different, then this rule does not apply, or this trick does not apply. All you have to do is go back to the applet and just highlight the center, and that's your answer. So if you guys, sorry?
So it's going to be 0.525?
Perfect.
0.525.
So how did you get the 0.525? What did you do?
Unhighlight the left column.
Just the middle ones.
Oh, okay.
And that accounts
between those two.
Yeah. So or if you want to do how the instructions did, which was in parentheses, you just get all four digits for both 726 and 238, subtract it, and then you'll round to 525. The reason why they put that in the instructions is because that's it's a more practical and bulletproof method, because it will allow you to know how to calculate the probability regardless of the conditions of the z-score. And that's why I pre-noted this trick by saying it only works if the z-scores are the same.
Okay.
If the z-scores are different, then you cannot use this trick. You'll be totally wrong.
Okay, so if the z-scores are the same, we only highlight the middle.
Yes.
Only if it's the same z-score, which was the 70 or the 0714.
Yes.
Okay.
Now where it's different.
But otherwise, we need all four digits.
What's going to be happening is you're going to need all four digits and then subtract the big to the small.
Okay.
Okay, find the 35th percentile for the protein requirement for adults. Round your answer to 3 decimal places. So, to find the percentile, we need to find x. So,
Okay, so this is just plugging it in backwards, and now we do have an x, right?
No, you're looking for x.
That's what I guess that's what I mean. So
in this case, they give you a percentile. Now, what a percentile means is that you scored that high or higher compared to the rest of your peers in whatever thing you're being scored at. So what that means in terms of percentage is that you're at the 35th.
Okay.
So that means
Wait,
you
wait,
go
hold
to
on, I
the
got this.
applet.
So I just go up and change the top.
There's one more step right before that, but yes. You have to highlight just the left column and then put it at the top.
Okay.
Highlight the left.
Because we want to know everything greater than 35 is going to be on the lower
Yeah,
end.
because you're looking for as high or higher than 35. So therefore you have to see where the 35th hits.
What did you guys get?
I got 0.623.
Which one?
Okay, wait.
Wait, I did something wrong.
For your Z-score, man?
So my z-score should be 0.350, right?
No.
It'd be negative 385.
Okay, that's what I got. That's what I got. I got 0.3.
But don't you
Okay,
use
wait.
all
So
the minus out?
there's my z is at the bottom.
You don't change the z-score. You change the probability on the top, and then you have the left shaded because we're looking at the 35 percentile.
Perfect. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so then we plug it back into that original formula, right?
Yes, and then you
Remember
solve
it's
for,
Z.
then you solve for X instead of solving for Z. So you gotta do a little algebra.
And it would be for their answer we would put negative, correct?
Yes, you have to put the negative. Whatever the Z-score is, negative or positive, whichever one it is, you have to stay true to that integer, because if not, again, you're going to be off by decimals,
Okay.
which therefore will not give you credit.
Okay. So it's the same thing for the 18. Find the 80th.
That's right.
So it would be 0.8. And would we shade?
The trick is just highlight the left column and just put the percentile up top, press enter, and it will move for you.
Okay, so 0.8. Okay, so then the z-score for this one would be negative 0.842.
No, it's going to be a positive. The trick is follow the blue until it stops at a red line. Whichever red line that is, you just follow it down to the z-score.
Okay, so it would be 0.842.
Yes.
Okay, 0.842. Okay. Do you guys understand?
I think so. Okay, so on that first one, so going back to that other one, because I think I was putting it in wrong. So back on the 35th percentile, did you guys come up with 0.678?
You forgot to put the negative 0.385.
Oh, I
Use
didn't.
positive.
Okay, so if I put in the negative and account for that, would it be negative 678?
No, it's just going to be a little bit lower than 678.
Oh,
So
677.
Yeah, so your equation is gonna look like negative 0.385 times 0.07
Yeah.
plus 0.65, which will give you the correct answer.
0.065. Okay, I just don't think when I put it in the calculator, I put a negative, and then I was mentally rounding, which obviously I didn't look at it very well. Okay, so negative 0.677.
No. If you put in your calculator, just go step by step.
Okay.
So you're gonna put in your calculator negative 0.385. You're gonna multiply that by 0.07, and you're gonna get some number.
Right.
Then from that number, add to it 0.65.
Oh, that's a totally different number.
I
Okay.
think it's supposed to be
So then
0.623.
zero, yeah,
Yeah.
0.623.
That's the correct answer.
Okay.
Did everyone else get that?
What was it?
It's for the 35th percentile.
So you say,
623.
did you
Yeah.
say negative 0.35 times 0.07, and then what do you do after that?
Yeah, so negative
The ends in a positive number.
0.385. So negative 0.85 times 0.07 plus 0.65.
So negative
Which
0.85 times negative 0.7.
it's negative 0.385
Oh, okay. Sorry. 385 times,
times 0.07.
and then,
And then you add back, or you add to it the mean, which is 0.65.
oh, gotcha.
So what this is just the z-score, and you just algebraically rearranged it to solve for x.
Okay.
So if
Okay,
you
let me see
guys,
if I can do this the next. Let me see if I can do this next one and see if I get the right answer. Because
okay,
I think now I understand why. And
yeah, for the guys that, or for the girls, I guess, it's a group of girls. If you guys want the actual equation, it's right here. If you look at my screen, mine's bold and highlighted in yellow. That's the actual equation when you rearrange it.
X equals Z score
Times standard deviation.
X equals Z.
I can't see
Times,
them.
Yeah, sorry, go back. X equals
Z.
Z. You'll have to just sing or something so your screen will pop back up.
there we go. I just like completely zoomed in. Hopefully that's a better picture for you.
There. Yeah, it didn't. Well, every time you talk, it pops up, and then when you stop,
If you guys go to my picture at the bottom right, like the little box, and
yeah.
you click it, that means you lock onto my screen.
Times standard deviation.
So it doesn't matter who talks. If you lock onto my screen will always be there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
And then to
so
lock off it, you just press it again.
okay, Z-score times the standard deviation minus the
Okay. Now this is where Excel comes in super handy. I like Excel, so I use it a lot. But if you have your mean, your standard deviation, and your Z-score, here's your answer. Right there in bold. Which is just this equation, and I formatted it in Excel. Okay.
Yeah, but I better just do this so it'll stick in my head. Otherwise, I won't remember how it's done. So I guess I won't use Excel right now.
No, it's fine. You're gonna definitely need to know the applet well to get the Z-score, because of course without the Z-score it's gonna be a very hard problem.
Okay, so for the next one, I have a positive 0.591.
Is that your final answer?
No, let me double check. On the 80th percentile, no, hold on, because I don't think I highlighted. Find the percentile for the protein current. I didn't highlight it all, right? Okay, I'm gonna go with it anyways. What did I do wrong here? Because I don't think that's right.
What's your Z-score? It should be 0.842.
Okay, that's my Z-score.
Okay. Then you have to multiply it by 0.07.
Okay,
and then
wait.
add,
So why would it not be the negative?
because you're in the 80th percentile. 80th means above 50, so you're in the positive.
Okay.
The trick is follow the blue until it stops at a line. If it's the first line, then it's the negative Z-score you're going to use. If it's the second line, then you're going to use the positive Z-score.
So simple. Okay. So I just used the wrong one. It's tempting to feel like I'm close, I guess. Okay, so what about 0.709?
Perfect.
Okay.
Does that
Just
make
what-
sense, everyone?
Yeah, it does make sense. I think I was so excited to figure out the negative that I gave too many. I just was thinking. But yeah, that does make sense.
I see the nod by Min. What about you, Lauren? Does that make sense?
So where do you know in the little app thing,
Yeah.
you have your z-score as 0.842,
Yes. and
that's because that's what we got in the previous problems?
No, that's because you're looking for the 80th percentile.
Because we changed the top of the
How
mountain.
do you know
Yeah, so the
that it's that number?
yeah, so the trick is the first thing you do is you're always going to highlight the leftmost column. Always, always,
Okay.
always. Whenever you're dealing with percentile, always highlight the left column. Once you
Okay.
highlight just the left column, you're going to go up to the area above and you're going to type in the percentile. So in this case, it's 80. So you're going to put 0.80 and you're going to press enter.
0.80, enter. And
So
then
the
it
applet's-
highlighted both of them.
Yeah, so the applet's going to adjust. And what you do from there is you just follow the blue line or the highlighted blue section, sorry, up until it stops at a red line. If it's the first red line, that represents a negative z-score because it goes all the way down to the negative side.
Yeah.
If it's the second red line, it means it's a positive. So you use whichever one the blue stops at, that's the z-score you use for the equation.
Okay.
Use a so then
When
what
is
do
same
you do
percentage?
from there?
Okay.
From there, you plug it into the z-score equation, which traditionally is x minus mu divided by standard deviation. But in this case, you know z-score, but you don't know x. So you rearrange the formula in which the new formula will be x equals z-score times standard deviation, and put those in parentheses because you want to do those first.
Yeah, plus the mean.
Plus the mean, or plus mu is the correct term.
So it would be 0.842
times 0.07.
0.07.
And then you add 0.65.
Okay, let me do that in my calculator real quick.
Okay, so let me make sure that I have this information. So this is what I've written down so far. If we're trying to find between two different numbers, we need all 4 digits, right? To subtract the biggest number from the smallest number. Unless it's the exact same z-score, and then you can just highlight the middle.
Yes. That's right.
So it's 0.7.
Yeah.
That 09.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then the reason that it didn't matter that it was 5 over and 5 above when we figured out this and we got the same z-score, that's because it's the same distance from the mean. We're just looking at that. That's what justified that.
That's right.
Okay, so when we're solving for x, we plug in our percentage at the top.
Highlight the left and then plug it in.
Okay, so then highlight the left. That's maybe I better put a number 1 by that one.
Yeah, you always want to highlight left. If you highlight the center or highlight the right, it's going to be wrong.
Okay.
Highlight left.
Okay, and then I put in my percentage at the top.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to follow the blue till it stops, and whatever red line is that will show me positive or negative when I should plug in.
Perfect.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Awesome.
And then if I wanted to rearrange it, it's just x equals z score times standard deviation plus the mu. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome.
I like I'm
Um,
missing
Do you
something.
guys have any last questions? Because I do have to leave. I have another group meeting I have to attend.
Nope, I think I'm good.
No, I'm
You're
good.
Lauren, good. Min?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Looks like she's looking away. Nod. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. But anyways, you know, you guys are more than free to email me or message me if you guys have any questions on homework, quizzes, anything. I'm basically your guy for that. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. It was nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you guys. We'll see you
Yes.
later.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.